again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can stop in and get caught up on some of the latest news involving the Cleveland Browns and get a 10-minute take along the way. If you can, please like any of the episodes you see and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as usual, I will ask you to get those comments in the viewer comment section. And if you notice, look, we're back. We're back in the Browns' latest studio. We have put the Schedule away for now. So thank you for bearing with us the last few days as we approached OTAs here today. And but back in the studio, and we'll be back here for a long time coming up on today's show. OTAs, as I mentioned, off and running. They're out there in Berea. OTAs have started, and listen to this. Even before they hit the field, we had a critical signing and a viral tweet from Shedeur Sanders. This is all before practice even started. Outside of quarterback, there's one position I'm going to be watching through OTAs and then into training camp. Also, I will let you know why I think the decision on who will start week 1 will come sooner rather than later. And down in the viewer comments, some high hopes for the Browns wide receiver room. But first things first, long time coming, and finally OTAs begin today. And right off the top, I mean, here's the deal, folks. There was no media out there, but here are your headlines. Mason Graham signs his contract. It's fully guaranteed. 4 years, $40 million, that rookie deal. So he's on the books and ready to roll, and I mean, he's their number 1 pick. So expect big things from him this year. And then we've had the viral tweet. On Sunday, a post on X went viral. I'm not showing the tweet. I'm not going to give this person any undeserved credit. I'm not showing it. If you want to find it on your own, you can. But this is just ridiculous what this guy tried to pull. He shows us $500,000 custom Rolls Royce that he said was ordered by Shedeur Sanders. It's arriving on a flatbed, and Sanders didn't take it lightly. He got right on social media last night and tweeted, "Another lie. I'm focused on my team, not a car purchase." And so Shedeur, and this is what he has to deal with, folks, all the time. Everybody's always coming after him. And typically, I mean, it's usually just not true. Somebody trying to make something up or trying to make something out of nothing or whatever it is. But Shedeur handled it like a pro, got on there, told everybody what the truth is. And so we moved on. And then, like I mentioned, today out there at OTAs, no media. And I imagine this was planned accordingly because, if all the media is out there on the first day, all anybody's going to do is watch to see who takes the first snap. And then that's going to become the story of the day. So in order to avoid all that, no media today. So tomorrow, whoever takes the first snap, it doesn't mean a thing because they already had the first snaps today. So it very, very well planned out there by the Browns. So no media. So we don't know who officially took the first snap today. And who knows? We may never know. So, and here's the schedule. So we have today and tomorrow. And then they'll be off on the 29th and be back at it on the 30th, and then next week it'll be June 3rd and 4th, June 6th, and then again in June 16 through 19, and then your mandatory minicamp, of course, is June 10 through 12. Remember, these are still voluntary. The OTAs, the organized team activities. But here's what they're doing out there, folks, just so you get an idea of what's going on. So when you get to OTAs, these organized team activities, the offense and the defense work mostly in drills. There's like 7-7, 9-7, 11-11. The big focus here is focusing on quarterback reps and evaluating all of the players' performances. You got offensive versus defensive skills. You got passing drills. You got scheme installation. So this is where, Tommy Reese, the new offensive coordinator, he'll be putting his new offensive schemes in. The player evaluation, of course, the new player evaluation, all the rookies that are out there and the undrafted free agents that they signed are all out there, so they're getting a chance to, and there's vets there now. They're mixed in, so they're getting a chance to mix and mingle with the veterans as well. And so, is there stuff happening? Yes, but I mean, I don't know how much it's going to tell us as the weeks go on, maybe a little bit here and there, but it's still not full go. It's still not pads. It's still not training camp, but it does get everybody a little bit, it definitely get them ready for football, and the coaches will use it to evaluate everybody who's out there. So that's it, where we're at right now on day one. But one of the position battles that I'll be watching, I don't know, it might be a battle, might not be a battle, is offensive tackles, more specifically left tackle. Now, DeJuan Jones is the guy everybody thinks will fall into that position, that left tackle position. And remember, we got him from Ohio State. He fell to the 4th round. I mean, if you're into guys falling to like the 4th or 5th round and then drafting them, oh yeah, we are. This is a guy you'd root for then. I mean, DeJuan Jones, a similar situation like Shedeur. For whatever reason, he fell. A lot of people, there were reports out there he didn't want to play anymore. And if you remember, when he came out of Ohio State, there were viral videos of him playing basketball and like leading a fast break and dunking. I mean, the guy is 6'8", 374, and he can run, And so, but he's had injuries, since we've gotten him. He played right tackle at Ohio State, and we're trying to get him to play left tackle, but he's the guy that everybody figured would eventually take over when the Jedrick Wills, again, another right tackle. They tried to make a left tackle, and the Wills thing just never worked. It was borderline debacle. It wasn't quite Deshaun debacle, but it was borderline debacle. But here's the way it could look on opening day. You got Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin over there on the right side. You got Posick. Zach Zinter is in there as well in the mix. But you got Joel Bitonio and then the DeJuan Jones at left tackle. But then you have the additions of, Cornelius Lucas, who is 6'8" and 325. He came over from the Commanders, started 54 games. So if there's any competition for Jones on that left side, it's going to come from Lucas. He's a swing guy, so he can play either side, which is what we need because Conklin's another one who has trouble with injuries. So we need somebody who can play both sides. But then you also have Tevin Jenkins, who we got, and he plays guard. But besides Jenkins, the Browns have Zach Zinter, like I mentioned, Luke Whippler, and then they got an undrafted rookie free agent, Javion Cohen, who's going to be in there in the mix for the interior linemen. But and remember, Bitonio, Teller, and Posick, they're all under contract through 2025. But Bitonio usually doesn't participate in voluntary OTA, so don't read anything into that. If you see him not taking part in these OTAs, he never does, and so he tries to save his body for when it matters most. But that is the one, that left tackle spot is where I will be I'll be paying a very close attention to that spot over there, because boy oh boy, we got to shore that up. If we could get Jones or get whoever, if it's Jones over there with Conklin, we got bookends then, folks. If we can do that, or again, like I said, if Cornelius Lucas can work his way in there. Because if he beats out one of those two guys, I mean, I don't think he's beating out Conklin, but Jones recovering from his injuries, we'll see what happens. Now, this leads me to this: when do we think a decision on the starting quarterback will be made? Now, we don't know for sure, but I think that a decision will be made before training camp, and here's why. This team needs stability, folks. And so that's number one, especially on the offensive side. After, what has happened, these last few years, it's been anything but stable, especially the quarterback position and everything. It starts there. It starts and ends with the quarterback position. You don't have a quarterback, you don't have anything. And so I really think that whether it's going to be Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett or one of our rookies, to be the starter heading into training camp? I think we're going to find that out before training camping. I don't think that's anything they're going to try and figure out. I think they know already, and they're just never going to tell us, obviously. And I don't think that's such a bad thing. I just think everybody needs to know who's the guy, and then everybody else will get their reps after that. Now, I mentioned the word reps, but here's what Kevin Stefanski had to say, about reps. With OTAs, he said that's the biggest thing with OTAs and the quarterbacks is making sure everybody gets reps so they can learn the system. And so that's what OTAs will be about more than anything, is getting these guys to, whether, Pickett, and then Flacco knows the system. And that's why I said I don't think Flacco's going to get as many reps and then you can't read anything into that because he just knows the system. So he may give back some reps to some of the other guys so they can get caught up. And Stefanski says this isn't going to be about like 25% each. It's going to be about getting everybody enough reps where they can learn and get them prepared and ready to play. That's what it's going to come down to. And so again, can't read anything in the OTAs and the reps because it's more about, or maybe you can, if somebody's getting more reps, maybe they're having trouble, understanding the offense, who knows? But I think all of this will go into the decision of whether I think it's either going to be Flacco or Pickett to start. And, and everything I'm telling you folks, start leaning into this Kenny Pickett thing because I just don't want you to be shocked when they come out right before training camp and say Kenny Pickett's number one. Because there's a good chance it's going to happen, folks. I'm just letting you know. Because I think whether they want him to be this year's Sam Darnold or they want to showcase him so they can trade him and get a high pick. I don't know, but they went out and got him right away. And they got him first. So just be mindful of that. I don't think one of the rookies will be. I think they have a longer compared to the two vets, the guys that have been there. They got that. That would be a monumental effort if that happens. So we'll see, but I do think it'll come before the start of training camp. Not like a week before. It'll be like right before in the hours before training camp starts. We'll find out who will be taking those first snaps. Now, all of you guys have my vote to take the first snap anytime you want because the viewer comments continue to crush it. And we'll start with Patrick Williams, 3927, who says, at Browns latest. First one to tweet at the show. I love it. What I don't understand is that you're promoting Kenny P like he didn't throw 14 interceptions in his 25 starts. Just because he's been in the NFL doesn't mean he deserves the start. Kenny P, in his short tenure in the NFL, has been traded twice. In Pittsburgh, he refused at one point to dress because Coach T put him third on the depth chart, and third doesn't galvanize, his quarterback status. Here's the thing. I'm not promoting Kenny Pickett. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and then when you're probably referring to the other day when I showed you the odds. The odds makers have him at they have him as the best odds to start week 1. And remember what I said? Well, remember what Lee Corso always says. When you look at that, somebody knows something. I'm going with somebody's. That's it. I'm not promoting Kenny Pickett. I'm just reporting what I just report to you what I see and hear. So Patrick Williams, I'm not promoting it. If he gets the gig, it's like, all right, show me what you can do. But there's no promoting. I'm not team Kenny Pickett. Anyway, I'm team whoever's going to win me a Super Bowl. That's what team I'm on. I don't care who it is. It could be my wife. She could go quarterback the Browns. If we win a Super Bowl, that's what we want. Curtis Clay, 8606. Why aren't people being honest and calling this a unique situation? It's obvious Shedeur was supposed to be a first or second round pick based on his talent, according to the top analysts, players, and past great players. Cleveland media will have to come to terms with the situation. It will be different than anything else that's been done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like we mentioned with DeJuan Jones. Fell down. Everybody thought he was a first-round talent, and he somehow fell to the 4th round, and we grabbed him. So now this will be the year. Is it going to pay off? I think so. Shedeur's in the same situation, and he hasn't done anything to derail anything, his career. It's fine. He now is his time to shine. We're out on the field. We're doing some things. It's all going to play out on the field. Leon Lightning. Great handle. C6I. Not too many were surprised when Brady went in the sixth, but a whole lot of folks were surprised when Shador dropped to the fifth. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Nobody talked about Brady dropping to the sixth. They just took him, and then he became the greatest quarterback of all time. Everybody's talking about Shador because it's a different day now, too. Plus, with social media and everything, you have access to people, and you're watching everything. You have something. People need stuff to talk about. Everybody has a podcast. Even me. Anyway, there's just so much information out there. It's about everybody now. So it's all playing out on the field, and it starts today. And then this is a great one. This is more password than YouTube handle. Lastone. It must be Lastone with a space and then an left. So again, password. Tillman was looking great before he got hurt. Johnson came in, and we got Thrash and Fannin. That rookie tight end is a monster. We run the ball, we go back to play action, and playing great defense. Just got to stay healthy up front. That's been the issue the last 2 years. Injuries and bad quarterback play have killed us. Nothing you can do about those factors. I don't care who your coach is. And it sounds like I wrote this because this is what I've been saying, folks. If the line stays healthy and we run the ball and we play defense, we keep the scores low, shorten these games, and I'm with him. The wide receiver room, I'm still, we talked about this on a previous show. I'm not really sure what we have because our quarterback play was so bad. So the quarterback room is much more stable now. The wide receivers, I think, will come along with it. If that running game, it's like an ecosystem, folks. It all has to work together. And I think this is our best chance for everything to work together with the two rookie running backs. All of it. For the first time in I don't know how many years. We kind of have all facets of the offense here, again, in a good spot. And that is, again, why I think that quarterback position needs to be stable going into training camp. And that guy, the established, whoever they determine is going to be that person taking the snaps on week one, I think we're going to know before training camp starts. Okay, that's going to do it. We'll get report. The media will be out there tomorrow, so we'll get some information from day 2 of OTAs tomorrow. But again, hey, we're off and running, folks. They're playing football in Berea, and it's for real now. Let's go. It's go time. The train has left the station. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.